Good morning. It's Dave Knight here at 123daytrade.com. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. Today is Monday, January 8th, 2018. Welcome to a new week of trading. Today will mark day 10 if I take a trade today in the funded account. Right now we're in what I call a tiebreaker scenario. We have, let me bring over my spreadsheet so I can show you. So highest volume bars that we have so far this morning. The blue bar volume, number one, the highest blue bar is 1151, and you can see the highest red is 1012. So right in this area, I just update it manually, and I'm able to keep track of it. So what this is telling me is over here, tiebreaker volume. If it's like 150, now stupid thing's acting up again as far as the computer is acting up, and I don't know why, but it is. Anyway, so I'll have to pay attention to that. 139 is the difference between the two, and what I need to see is a volume that's very close to one of these volumes, if not over it, to make me feel like there is any possibility of a trade right now. So I'm looking for, at least 1,000 in volume before I get started on anything this morning. So if we look at the market as we open up today, here's our daily chart. Let me blow it up right now. And you can see all of the pivots in all this. This is the pivots and the support, the R1s and S1s, S2, and so forth, so on. Support and resistance. You can see that we've been making a move up. It looks all the way, as far as our eyes can see, back from June all the way up through current times. It's kind of like, is this the time that we're going to go back and retrace back down to here? There's certainly a chance to get back down into, say, the 59, 55 range, right in through here, and you can see that we've got, how far can the market retrace? 50% retracement will bring it back into the 52 range, $52 a barrel range. So certainly there is some downside pressure if the bears could get themselves positioned properly and then drive the market for a little bit. As far as the overriding trend right now, we can see that the yellow line is over the blue line. So the current long-term trend as a day trader is up. So this right here, so here's your 50 bar right here going across, and here's your 200 bar going across prices this way, and the difference is on the long side. So we can see that this is what I would tell you right here is an uptrend, and it makes sense because all you can see is the up going up, right? Now when it starts doing this a little bit in there, it gets a little bit harder to tell, and then when you have that crossover going the other direction, then the overriding would be downtrend. So any short trade is what I would consider a counter trend trade right now, is what I'm getting at. Now, moving our way down, let's look at the hourly chart, see what we see. So right now, currently, as we look at hours, we're trading in between the pivot and the R1. Very close to pivot today, though, right? We've been at pivot as far as this session goes, from Friday and today. We've been around pivot, looks like pretty much the whole trading session. It went up for a while, and now it's trading right back down here, right close to the pivot point once again. So within 10, 11 ticks of pivot. So pivot's in play today, and we can see that being reflected in volume as well. There's no deciding factor at this point in time which way the market participants want to drive the market. Moving our way back down here, we're looking at the 15-minute chart. And the 15-minute chart is showing a downtrend. Let's go back to look at the hourly real quick to see what the hourly is showing. The hourly is still showing a long trend. But remember that our daily trend is how we view the market, not on an hourly basis. I look as the furthest that I look out is the day chart to see where we are. Then I come down to hourly, then down to 15 minutes. And then from 15, I look at the 5-minute. So right now we can see our 15-minute chart is showing that we're underneath well, here, let me show you this way. Here's your 200 bar coming across prices, and here is the 50 bar. So the moving average is showing you that there's a divergence between prices as relates to the dailies to the 15-minute chart. And that's being shown, and here we can see how many times have we been at pivot right through here. We can see in the 15-minute chart we've been around pivot for pretty much all the morning up through 4:15. It made a move up and it come back down here to touch the pivot, and now we're trying to see if it can go back up this way up to R1, or is it going to settle down here below the 200 bar and then trade down. We just don't know yet. There's not enough evidence to let us know which way the market wants to go, is what I'm getting at. And then if we look at the last chart I'd like to look at as far as mornings go, before I look at what the tick chart is showing, is looking down at the 5 minutes. So here's our 5-minute chart, and the 5-minute chart showing the crossover, right? So our 5-minute chart is the most active of our time period charts that I use. And we can see we have a crossover here. So the only one that's showing right now a downtrend is a 15-minute. The 5, the hourly, and our dailies are showing an up trend. So it doesn't matter that it's what the daily chart tells you, right? The daily chart tells you what the trend is for the day. So any short side trades would be what I would consider a counter trend, CT. So if I call them trend, non-trend, it doesn't really matter. Just remember that fact right there, counter trend versus trend. So trend versus counter trend. So right now, any trade taken against the trend, which is long in the daily chart, so any short trade would be a counter trend today. Hopefully I beat that down as far as I can beat it. All right, so with that being said, that's our morning talk right now. I don't really worry about the fundamentals of the market. And as far as fundamentally speaking right now, what we need to, there's really nothing on the economic front that we need to worry about for the most part. So event related could be, I mean, there's a couple talking heads talking after lunch today. We should be done by trading by then, and consumer credit's coming out after 3. So there should be nothing really affecting the fundamentals as far as report related stuff. Now, obviously an event could happen, like the Iraq or Iranian, or who knows what would cause something to some kind of, knock on wood, catastrophic event or something that would would cause a disruption or something. That's kind of what we have to think about in that sense. But along those lines, it should be a technically driven day today, you would think. So hopefully we can find a trend inside this market, but we want to find a market that wants to be traded, is what I'm getting at. So that's our morning wrap right now. We're about 10 minutes until the open outcry here in the U.S. starts. The old open outcry, I should call it, because we've pretty much moved off of the pits now into electronic markets. But still, I like to start my day around the 9 o'clock mark, or 8 o'clock Central Standard Time. Be back in a few. All right, so once again here, one last thing I want to cover here is I'm not sure if I said it or not, so I'm just double checking here. 3P movement today is 38, and the stop on the 1 hour stop is 10.5, rounds up to 11. So I'm setting up for 38 3P versus 11 at this point in time. Okay, so been watching the market here from 8 o'clock through 8:30, and nothing is happening yet. Put a vertical line here at the 8:30 mark. The only thing I'm thinking of at this point in time is how many times we've been down here. 1, 2, 3. No supporting volume though. Looking at the 8 to 805 mark. So what we see is what I would consider, I don't know, it's not a big, huge box, it's not a small box, it's kind of a medium box without volume to go with it though. That's kind of what the market looks like right now. And here is the box itself, the opening range box. Right here. So it's deeper than wider is what I'm getting at, I guess. It's okay. I mean, you can, it's just mediocre. The volume itself was 800. So it wasn't above that 1K that I'm looking for. The only thing I'm thinking of is maybe we have a press down at this point for a little bit and then show a volume bar up. The question is, how far can the market fall right now before recovering? And I think it can go down to around 6139 level. So it could be a possible short opportunity around the 52 mark. That'll be our first trade of session. Shorting at 52 right now, underneath pivot. So if we're looking at this, here's the 1 time. This could be considered 2, 3, or 4, or this could be 1, 2, and 3. This could be a GAN signal, and coming off of that. And then maybe we're setting up another thing for this. Really don't know yet. It's kind of hard to tell. 61.53 was the open, so it went back to it again. 61.52, initial target on the down, 1P move would be 61.39. force the market to go through settlement, and low of session right now is 38. Thinking that once we get underneath here we should see a red bar, but we should get some downward movement here to start with off of that red bar and to come down a little bit, and maybe we get at least enough to be at a break-even position. Downswing. So what we saw is a blue bar, actually. Blue bar of 1017 at 841. Alright, so Gann is telling me 60.42 on the down move, so we'll move 60.42. Come off of that, and we'll call it 60 and a half, 60.51. Call it 60.57 for now. $60.63. Once again, initial down move, what I'm looking for is 39. I'd get it above. So making new lows, then 26, then 14. See how far the market can fall. As far as Gann numbers today, we have 45-degree angle at 61.22. We have the 90-degree angle at 60.83, and we have the 137.5-degree angle at 60.42. So it's kind of what I'm looking for on the downward movement. Watching for high volume bar as well. We're only going to take a 9-tick hit here. We're going to move to 61.61 on our stop. Looking for 39, 26, and 14 on the down. That's 1, 2, and 3P. All right, so we're going to protect 59 now. We'll protect 2 ticks over the pivot. Nice volume here to pick up on the way down here. Nice contracts here. When we get down to the low of the day, we'll protect break even. You can see me adjusting my lines here as time moves on. Helps me see the congestion areas, helps me see where the breakout possibilities are. It helps me see the GAN signal a little bit better too. Let's go ahead and protect pivot. I don't like the idea that we're not breaking down. Therefore, if it's not going to go down, it might shoot up, and I'd rather take less of a loss. Alright, so it's taking too long to get down to the GAN 137.5 degree angle. We'll move to the 83, 90 degree angle. I'm moving to 60, 83. Alright, I'm going to pause here until we either hit our stop or we get down to 1P. I had done pause because I want to see this right here. Look at that, 6140, 305 sitting there. That's a lot. Hopefully we can go down there. I can't see it now, but if we can get back down there, there's a lot of volume to go pick up. Let's see if we can drive down there or not. Alright, so we're trying to break through there. I don't know what's going to happen here. Long time in trade will protect break even. This could be no more than a 1, 2, 3 up, and then up we go off the low. So um, I don't particularly care for this trade on the long side, but I also don't want to get caught either. Alright, I'm going to move for a 3-tick hit here. 54, 56, 56, 56. Don't want to see pivot now. Fake out move. Short again at 52. Trade 1, lost 4 ticks. We can still keep our target 60.83 if filled. Looking for a quick down move. Failure at pivot. Alright, going to pause until I see something. Okay, we're moving our short trade now. on the sidelines. See something to let you know. Alright, it's kind of an interesting setup here. And we're on the 15-minute line right now, 200 bar. Just lost the chart, but let me bring it over. We're right on top of the 15-minute line here. Just moved something. I think I moved this, right? Looking at a fake out here. Still, fake out entry to short. Alright, removing. I'm going to watch for volume now. I'll be back when I see something. Alright, re-entered. Looking at 63, this might be the top. We're in. We will use, what's the high of that bar? 74. Go 73, will be fine. Dang it. And their target on the short, once again, is the 60.83. Well, it just removed it. We'll just follow behind. Still having issues with the market not being able to drop and drag, with the computer having some issue here somewhere. Got in on fake out. Highest volume bar is still on session is blue. Looking for the market to fall, or we exit. We'll be exiting at 69 now, 71, excuse me. 71's failure. Trade 2. 61.63. Initial target on down is 61.5. So down in here, 61.5. So 61.5, 37.25. 60.86 will be target right now. 60.86. Anything below 61.25 though is a win today.
Silver.
Oh, thanks. Alright, so I'm going to pause unless they need to hear me eating. Get stopped out or hit that 1p target, I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. Went down to 52 there. It's not 50. Holding. Looking for red bar volume. Looking for the market to continue to do it. Move down. Get through settlement. Get through the low a day. Hopefully get down there to where I want to go. Looking for the market to at least run 3P at 61.25. 1P is at 50. That's break even. That was 51 right there. Like to sustain one move. We'll protect at 67 now. Call it 68. Alright, so let's see what happens. I'm going to pause here. Okay, we made it down to 50. We're going to protect break even now. Let's protect 58. Ah, we finally see some red coming in here. Shouldn't be enough to stop this downward movement, but hey, who knows? Actually, I like 59 better. We'll hold 59. Make the market move 2 ticks above pivot. Next target on the down is 37. 1P was run at 50. Next target on down is 37. Highest red in session is 922 now. Coming in there at 923. Highest blue is 1017 in session. Alright, we'll go ahead and protect pivot. Really don't want to see pivot run now again. I don't want to see that again. This will be last trade a day. We walk away if it hits pivot. I don't know what's going to happen at this point. This is the best trade of session on right now. Hits pivot, I'm done on day. Alright, 37 again. So I'm going to pause here until we either run me out or hits that 2P target. Okay, I decided to take 56 instead of 57. Give myself another $10. So there we go. There's the low a day and a 2P, but not through yet. Touched it, but not through. Highest volume bar on the red side. Can be a failure bar, but it is. Highest volume bar now is 2807. $28.07 at 9:28. Looking at that as stop running right now. We're going to lock in 61.53 now. There we go. 2P is run. Next target on the down is 25. 61.25. All right, lowest session, it was printed there at 61.34 now. So we did make a new low. See if the market's got any more oomph to it to continue on down or not.
last trade. Just a couple ticks out there, nothing big. Could be big though. It's up to the market. We're at decision time, huh? I'm standing up. Hopefully, like to see this market continue to fall, obviously. Looking around, looking at anywhere between 61.22 to around 60.50. It's a pretty big area that I'm looking for, but 3P target at 61.25. I'd like to see us get at least below that. Took me out, unfortunately. Pausing. All right, so I'm calling it a trading session. We are at the 10:45 mark here Eastern, 9:45 Central. I don't. Geez, it could go up as go down right now. It really could. I mean, the red bar volume could be a failure bar, or it could go straight up and then show. But do not like this move back. I mean, I guess it's a retracement of the low off this. If I was at 61.55 or 61.57, I'm still in the trade. So the only thing that I might have screwed up here is my stop. And I don't want to jump the market and get back in. I'd rather have stayed in it. So maybe better stop management is what I needed on this trade, and not worry about going positive on off this trade to be able to take a 1 tick or 2 tick gain instead of a 6 tick gain. So for the bigger area of being able to hit that 60.88, I mean 60, around, I guess around the 60.86 level, all the way to 60.50, this market might head down to 60.50. It's $100, 100 ticks roughly. Or this might be the end of the down and it goes back up. I would prefer to have been able to stay in this trade. So I did at 53, 55 or greater keeps me in the trade right now, and if I held at pivot, then I'm still in too. Can't really second guess myself. Once it's over, it's over. So I certainly don't want to give up a gain on a Monday either. So I'm gonna just call it a day here and be done, and worry about tomorrow, and forget about the rest of the day today. That's pretty much how I'm going to handle this one. All right, that's it. I'm out of here. Bye for now. I finish up plus 6 ticks, right underneath $1,200 on the account. Take away the commission costs. I'll be right under what, $11.99 and a half or so. That will do it. I'm kind of disappointed that I couldn't hold on to this right now. So I don't want to just jump into the market because of my mistake. Very frustrating sometimes. Talk to you later. Bye now.